Now on CoastTV News.
The warmest day of the week is expected today as temperatures soar into the 80s, close to 90. But a cold front back to our west cools us off for the weekend. Some showers overnight. Otherwise, a great weekend weather-wise, looking good for Dad. Details coming up.
Two men are in court this week after the murder of a Laurel teenager. What's expected of the trial and what we know about the third person associated with the crime. Abortion pill ruling, what it now means for access to pills like mifepristone. And massive flooding continues in Florida, and today another possible round of rain could mean no relief anytime soon.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It's Friday, June 14th, 2024. It's also Flag Day. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paige Marley. Well, it definitely feels like summer today, so if you're in that summer mood, you're going to have a great Friday, probably a great weekend overall. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trahi. Bob, I'm speaking the truth, right?
You are speaking the truth, Paige. You must have been peeking at the forecast over my shoulder. We've been on a roll these past several weekends with this beautiful weather, and this one will be no exception. And this Friday is off to a mild start. Temperatures in the 60s and low 70s out the door. Definitely has that mild feel as we have a south-southwest wind. Not especially strong, but it is a breeze that is bringing in the muggy air. We have a few clouds as well moving across Delaware, Eastern Shore, and parts of Maryland as well. Nothing in the way of precipitation with these as we have high pressure in place. We've got sinking air, and that's very warm air. But there's also a cold front farther to the west that moves in tonight with maybe some showers and storms. Let's hope we get some rain. Here's Futurecast this morning showing a quick warm up through the 70s into the 80s around lunchtime. If you're eating outside, make sure you have the sunscreen. Mid to some upper 80s, showing up some 70s along the coast. And then we're looking at low 90s mid-afternoon, maybe a stray sprinkle, but I think it's mainly dry, a little cooler at the beaches. UV index today brought to us by Ocean City. No surprise, it's very high. It's a 9. Burn time of 10 minutes, and we're in the very high range, those 9s, right through the weekend into early next week. So the higher SPF, find some shade. Also, limit time outdoors and avoid the sun if you can from about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Thank you. Now to some continuing coverage. Offshore wind developer U.S. Wind has been working to bring wind farms to the coast. According to U.S. Wind, the project would add 121 wind turbines, 4 substations, and it would be located 10 miles off the coast of Worcester County. U.S. Wind submitted an air quality permit application to the Maryland Department of the Environment, Air, and Radiation Administration back in November of 2023. One Ocean City local told CoastTV she's worried about the impact.
I worry about the sea life. I know it can save energy, but I'd rather save the sea life and the view. It ruins the view. We have beautiful views out there, and that just takes away from it.
And then a meeting focused on U.S. Wind's air quality permit application as well as the review process. The purpose of that meeting aimed at giving people the chance to ask the developer and the Maryland Department of Environment any questions they may have. This week, 2 men are in court for the murder of a Laurel teen. You may remember it was back in April of 2023. 18-year-old Corey Mumford, a Laurel teenager and a standout basketball star, was murdered. Now, 28-year-old Jalir Henry and 29-year-old Enriquez Holland are in court. The third person associated with this crime, 22-year-old Shaheem Latham Purnell, will be tried separately. Thursday marked the 4th day of that proceeding, and the trial is expected to last for 3 weeks. Sussex County Superior Court Judge Francis Jones is the man presiding over the bench trial. We're going to take you back to that terrible day. Mumford was shot multiple times near the 100 block of Sunset Drive in the Wexford Village Apartments. He was taken to an area hospital, but later died from his injuries. It was a tragedy that shook the community. Mumford was well known in Laurel and throughout the state, in part due to his talents as an athlete. Happening today, it's the last day to submit comments on improvements being considered as part of the North Bethany Bicycle and Pedestrian Corridor Study. The agency is looking at proposing to reduce the speed limit along Route 1 between Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach. A public survey is now open on DelDOT's website for you to share some ideas on traffic recommendations and alternatives in the area to better improve conditions for bikers and pedestrians. Again, that survey is open until today. Also happening today, South Bethany looking for 1 volunteer for their planning commission. This position's for 2 years. It'll help with town planning. The planning committee meets as needed, and the members may join studies and report their findings. The council will choose someone today. In Lewis, the city scheduled a public hearing for some proposed tax changes. Beginning next month, the public can share thoughts on proposed ordinances for the city to include a 3% lodging tax. There will also be a hearing on proposed changes to modify the gross receipts rental tax rate that would go from 5% up to 6% for short-term rentals. City will also be talking about when this could possibly go into effect if it's approved. The hearing will take place July 1st at 5:30. In a big step to control rising health care costs, Governor Carney signed a bill passed by Delaware lawmakers. We're talking House Bill 350. It sets up a board to review hospital budgets and control spending. Beginning in 2025, hospitals must submit their budgets, and they may need to make some changes if the costs are too high. The bill also includes temporary limits on charges and some exemptions. The board will be referred to as the Diamond State Hospital Review Board. The same court that overturned Roe v. Wade 2 years ago decided not to restrict access to abortion pills. The Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit challenging the FDA's approach to regulating mifepristone. The ruling allows the bill to continue to be mailed to patients without an in-person doctor's visit. And this brings us now to our CoastTV poll. We're asking you, should there be restrictions on abortion access? That's a couple changes than in the last hour. 22% of you say yes, there should be restrictions. 78% of you have voted no. You can still vote. That poll is still up. Go to coasttv.com/vote, or you can vote on our mobile app. Torrential rain's been drenching South Florida for days now. Many areas already flooded and more rain on the way, possibly making matters even worse. Reed Binion shows us what forecasters predict for that area and how officials there are preparing.
We are anticipating some of the flooding will not have much time to recede before the rain starts again.
The mayor of Miami-Dade County warning that the deluge isn't over for South Florida, where the governor already declared a state of emergency amid severe flooding.
It will not take much time to already exacerbate the saturated conditions in the hardest hit areas. Additional rains will lead to more flooding.
Roads turned into canals and neighborhoods underwater after rainfall inundated South Florida for a third day in a row on Thursday. On Friday, another round of rain could bring more flash flooding in some areas, plus another 2 to 4 inches of rain. Since Tuesday morning, various parts of South Florida have seen around a foot of rainfall, with local areas seeing around 2 feet. Even as the tropical moisture fueling the storms slowly starts to shift out of the area, rain is expected to continue over the weekend, although to a lesser extent. Still, given the already saturated ground and lingering high water, even light to moderate showers and thunderstorms could cause additional flooding and prevent floodwaters from receding. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And flood watches will remain in effect for more than 7 million people across southern Florida through this evening. We're just getting started this morning on Coast TV News Today. Still ahead in this hour, sidewalk construction controversy, why some people in Bethany Beach don't support a wider road on a busy roadway. And beginning storm preparation, that's what Fenwick Island officials are doing now. We're telling you what plans are being discussed. And stop and slow down in Milton, how people are adjusting to a new always stop at a busy intersection. We have all that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Over 50 years ago, JD Asphalt was built on a strong foundation of family values.
So when you call us, you'll speak to a member of our family, like me, where I'll talk you through our entire process, answering any questions you have along the way, and delivering prompt free estimates no matter the size of the job. Call now and ask about our 0% financing options, or visit our website for special discounts. JD Asphalt, a trusted family company for over 50 years.
Welcome to the Brush Factory. Explore our over 60 local merchants and artists, all together under one roof. You just never know what you'll find at the Brush Factory on Kings.
Thank you so much for thinking of us.
We greatly appreciate your support.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation where we bring the showroom to you.
.610 on our Friday morning, seeing some clouds obstructing the sun. Beautiful sunrise in Rehoboth right now. 71 degrees, going to be a beautiful day, rising into the low 80s by 10 a.m. and going even higher than that. We've got 60s and 70s across the board, across Maryland and Delaware right now. 71 from Lewis down to Bethany Beach. And we've got a southerly breeze as well. It feels pretty good, but it definitely has that muggy feel to it as we have some clouds moving through. Nothing in the way of precipitation, just a mostly sunny day, and it's going to be hot and humid as well. So on the golf course, yeah, make sure you have a fan, extra water, ice, all that good stuff. It's going to be hot out there, 90 degrees and feeling like 92 or 93 with the humidity.
Bob, thank you so much. Happening today, did you know it's Flag Day? The American Legion Post 17 in Lewis says that they want the community to honor the holiday by displaying American flags at their homes and workplaces. The organization also says if you have any worn or damaged flags, drop them off with the organization. And according to the Library of Congress, the current American flag, that came out after 1959. That was once Hawaii became a state. People driving through Milton are adjusting to the new all-way stop at the intersection of Harbison Road, Shingle Point Road, and Chestnut Street. But as you can see on your screen, some drivers are aware of it, others kind of just blowing right through it. The stop signs were installed by DelDOT to improve the safety and traffic flow of the busy intersection. DelDOT says since 2020, there have already been 9 accidents right there at that intersection. Later this month, Milton will be talking about creating a path connection for the Heritage Creek and Cannery Village developments. We're showing you that area right now. The Streets and Sidewalks Committee will have a possible vote on this idea on June 24th. Apple is now the most valuable public company in the U.S. It took the top spot after talk of its new AI features for iPhones sent stocks soaring. Apple's market cap closed at $3.29 trillion Thursday. That was just edging past Microsoft's $3.28 trillion valuation. Waymo has a recall for 672 of its driverless cars. The problem is the vehicles are not able to accurately detect certain hazards when there isn't a clear road shoulder. Evidence of this happened last month when Waymo car hit a utility pole in an alley in Phoenix. No one was hurt, but that car was severely damaged. Still ahead this morning, starting storm prep. Officials in Fenwick Island are discussing multiple plans in case evacuations are needed. We're telling you why some locals say they actually plan on staying put.
No storms on the horizon, maybe just a little bit of rain tonight and some clouds right now in Laurel, and those will clear out and lead to a hot Friday. And then for the weekend, cooling down, looking great for Saturday and Sunday, Father's Day. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on CoastTV.
Enjoy the season, taste the flavors, support the farmers. Shop the Berlin Farmers Market. Reconnect with the cycles of nature and your community. With a wide variety of produce and provisions, discovering the taste of small town charm never felt so good. The Berlin Farmers Market, Sundays from 9 to 1.
Join us for a life-saving event at the Blood Bank of Delmarva in Salisbury. On June 29th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., give the gift of life by donating blood. Your donation can make a world of difference to those in need. And you'll be helping to save lives right here in our community. Bring your friends and family and be a part of something truly special. Remember, every drop counts and every donor matters. Together, let's make a positive impact on our community. Coast Country Cares, sponsored by Spicer Brothers.
Save the date, Friday, June 21st. Watch the 68th annual DFRC Blue Gold All-Star Football Game on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app. See Delaware's best high school athletes compete while supporting DFRC's mission to enrich lives of Delawareans with intellectual disabilities. The game kicks off at 7. The DFRC Blue Gold Game, live from the University of Delaware. Friday, June 21st, only on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. It has the motor and blades built right into the lid, so blend a shake at the gym, make pina coladas by poolside, or grind coffee beans for an iced cold brew on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 with free shipping. You'll also get 2 sipping lids, a second container, and the sports lid. Get it all for just $29.99. Order now.
Enjoy the season, taste the flavors, support the farmers. Shop the Berlin Farmers Market. Reconnect with the cycles of nature and your community. With a wide variety of produce and provisions, discovering the taste of small town charm never felt so good. The Berlin Farmers Market, Sundays from 9 to 1.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
It's now 6:15, and we are going to take a live look at Lewis on this Friday morning. And there's that beautiful sunrise. Bob, I bet a lot of people this weekend get that summer feeling. They're going to be ready.
Oh, yeah. And you'll get that summer feel big time when you walk out the door today, Paige. I think that air, the heat, and the humidity is going to hit you like a brick wall. It's going to be that air you can wear. Very, very warm. And, of course, we're counting down to summer, the official start of summer, 6 days away. Summer officially begins Thursday at 4:50 p.m. So it ranges between about the 20th and 22nd every year, so maybe a little early this year. And our 5-day temperature trend certainly feeling like summer today with a high of 90, but then it cools down for the weekend behind a front tonight. 84 Saturday, Father's Day looking fantastic. Maybe a few more clouds, but 82 for the high, and then temperatures rising early next week from the upper 80s Monday to about 90 on Tuesday. Looks like a sustained period of heat as we go into next week as summer starts. We're looking at muggy to humid conditions for today, and then that cold front comes through tonight. The humidity does drop off a little bit for Saturday and Sunday, and then you see the lines going back up into the muggy to humid range as we go into early next week, and it'll really be feeling like summer next week because it will be summer by the end of the week. 60s and low 70s out the door. Definitely has that muggy feel, and we've got a bit of a south-southwest breeze as well, and some clouds rolling through. Nothing in the way of precipitation with these clouds. They'll clear out here in the next couple of hours, leading to mostly sunny skies with high pressure at the surface and aloft, and that sinking air is very hot air. There is a cold front back to the west, and that will be moving in tonight, maybe giving us a chance of a few showers and storms. And then we have this area of tropical moisture. Of course, Florida is beginning inundated with water, and there's some tropical moisture off the Carolina coast, but it looks like this will be tracking out to sea. Now, it'd be nice to see us get some of that rain, but it looks like it will bypass us. Futurecast does warm us quickly into the 80s late morning, 70s at the beaches, and then right around 90 around Millsboro and Seaford and Delmarva later on, but 77 at Bethany Beach. And this evening, very warm. And then we'll start to see some showers and storms popping up as we go through the late evening into the overnight hours with the cold front, maybe some heavy rain and gusty winds with these. So keep this in mind around 10 p.m. till about 2 a.m. And then we'll see this system move out, and we move into Saturday morning with temperatures in the 60s, lower humidity tomorrow, a beautiful day, lots of sunshine, low to mid 80s for inland areas. And then as we go into your Sunday morning, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s and low 60s. And for Father's Day, really nice day, 70s and low 80s with very comfortable humidity, but feels like temperatures away from the coast today in the lower to maybe some mid 90s, but then more comfortable into the weekend, feeling like low to mid 80s Saturday and Sunday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We go from 90 today down to 84 on Saturday, down 82 on Sunday, but then it's the warm up again to start next week. Monday 87, and notice the absence of any raindrops. It's going to be very dry besides tonight's showers. 90 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week with lots of sunshine.
Thank you so much, Bob. Fenwick Island is preparing for storms ahead, not anytime soon, just in the event of them. This week, the Fenwick Emergency Management and the Chief of Police will be discussing events of hurricanes or other drastic weather conditions. As of right now, the main route of exit for the town is the Route 54 bridge. But if that bridge is under construction, then Route 26 and the Route 90 bridge would be the next exit plans. For some locals, their plan is to actually stay right where they are.
No, we've never left for any reason, and I guess probably at our age, you know, you've got 3 weeks out. In the evacuation, they're going to be so jammed, you're going to be in bumper-to-bumper traffic forever because the state of Delaware doesn't have an east-west highway that can handle the traffic.
Fenwick's next meeting on preparing for storms will be in July. Still ahead on Coast TV News today, sidewalk construction controversy. Bethany Beach is widening one road to make it safer for driving and walking. But why not everyone thinks this construction will help?
Celebrating Father's Day weekend on Delmarva. Coming up, I'll show you the coolest things to do this weekend.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer Clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
Come to Out in the Light, where your treasure awaits.
Nestled in the heart of America's coolest small town, Out in Delights is not just your average gift shop, but where you can go for extraordinary finds, carrying items such as nautical decor, vintage vinyl, jewelry, holiday decor year-round, souvenirs, and toys. Don't forget to add a little fun to your shopping by checking out Zoltar or our penny crushing machine. Find what delights you at Out in Delights on Main Street in Berlin, across the street from the Mermaid Museum.
Today at 4 on Coast Life. It's a special episode airing on the Delmarva Sports Network. We're splashing and dashing at the Berlin bathtub races. We're bringing you all the pre-show excitement and behind-the-scenes action. Coast Life, today at 4 on DSN.
The work being done on Collins Street in Bethany Beach is meant to add an extra layer of safety for people walking on the side of the road. That's why the road's getting wider, and it'll have painted lines, specifically for people walking or riding their bikes. Although more space for walking could be a good thing, other people fear it will bring more traffic. But one local believes the traffic already takes a toll around the area.
Traffic on big days like 4th of July is terrible, and I'm out there walking the dog.
Now, although some homeowners think the paving wasn't needed on Collins Street, everyone hopes the construction noise will finally end. One local near Collins Street told Coast TV that the town was actually supposed to finish the paving in April, but now the road work won't be finished until July. We're going to bring back in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now. Bob, feeling like summer, a lot of sunshine today. I think the only complaint really, which we never complain about this, is we maybe could use some rain sometime soon.
Oh, yeah. You know, Paige, I'm seeding my yard. I'm trying to get my backyard to grow, and I have to water. We need some of God's water to come down and water the lawns. Maybe a little bit of that tonight, but mainly dry. In fact, look at all the sunshine along the beaches, Chincoteague and Assateague, into the 70s for highs today. That's where the cool spot is, along the beaches. And the wave's only 1 to 2 feet. Fenwick Island in Ocean City, lots of sunshine. A little warmer in Fenwick Island, lower 80s for you. Getting close to 80 in Ocean City. On the bay side, 90 in Cambridge today, but it cools down through the 80s for this weekend. Looking great for Father's Day. In Crisfield, 85 today. You're down to 79 for a high on Sunday. Beautiful looking weekend. I'll have much more on that forecast and talk about a very hot week for next week coming up in a few moments.
All right, Bob, thank you. It is time now to start making those weekend plans if you haven't already. And there's a reminder, probably someone special in your life you should be celebrating, maybe Sunday. CoastTV's Mallory Metzner shows us the places you can take the father figures in your life to make them feel appreciated.
Gear up for an unforgettable Father's Day weekend with these thrilling events. Whether you want to take Dad fishing or to see a show, there are a lot of options all along the coast. Racing bathtubs will rush through downtown Berlin to compete in the 34th bathtub races Friday night. Watch live coverage on the Delmarva Sports Network. Wags, Whiskers, and Wine are coming to Milton. The annual fundraiser for Humane Animal Partners takes place Friday from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at Honey Bee Barn at Hopkins Heartland. Check out the yard games, acoustic music, raffle baskets, and of course, adoptable furry friends. If you want to bring your four-legged friend, they must be well-mannered and on a non-retractable leash. The second annual Pond Pounder is coming to the Potnet's Bayside Half-Shell Pond. Paradise Events says trophies will be awarded to the most fish caught in each age bracket. This all benefits the Boys and Girls Club. A big celebration will be held on Saturday in Ocean View as the town turns 135. The town is throwing a party from 12:30 to 5:30 p.m. at John West Park. Starting with a parade, there will be live music, a rock wall, and other activities. And this Saturday, you can visit a large lavender field and watch a flock of sheep get sheared. The second annual Lavender and Lambs Festival at Brittingham Farms will have lavender ice cream, lavender wine, and lavender beer. There will be pony rides, live music, and 50 vendors. As Pride Month continues, the Camp Rehoboth Chorus will take you across America right from Epworth United Methodist Church. Performances of On the Road Again are planned through Sunday. What was once a plain cigar box is now a work of art, and you can make one too. The Rehoboth Art League has a workshop on Saturday. Use specialty-themed papers, heavy adhesives, and other embellishments to repurpose a cigar box. The music of Paul McCartney is making a return to Milton. The Milton Theater says the McCartney Experience will play 2 encore shows at 3 and 7:30 p.m. this Saturday. A 5K run walk is raising money Saturday morning at Thompson Island. Sodell Cares supports local organizations that help children, at-risk youth and adults, and the elderly in the community. The American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro is hosting a Veterans Family Fun Day on Saturday. Anyone is welcome, and there will be food and drinks to enjoy, along with games and activities for kids. There will be cornhole, a petting zoo, and more to enjoy from 11 a.m. to 4. Starting Monday, Dewey Beach's weekly summer movie screenings are back on the beach at Dagsworthy Street at 8:30 p.m. Check out the Cool Things to Do article on CoastTV.com for a full guide to all of these events.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FUR, FHFur.com.
Come home to Crawl Street Tavern, where everyone's a local. Home to the Crawl Daddy Light Craft Beer. Start your day off right with breakfast classics. Indulge in your favorite pub grub, amazing wings, and killer crab cakes. Live music every weekend. Located on Waikamago Street, just steps away from the Ocean City Boardwalk. Open every day starting at 8 a.m.
Give your backyard a cozy enhancement with patio systems in Lewis, Delaware. Integrity is the pillar of our craft, with quality craftsmanship to transform your yard or deck into a custom oasis, providing you comfort all year round. Take control of the elements with the Shore's best selection of pergolas, retractable awnings, screen and glass enclosures, and a wide selection of modern decking and railing systems personalized your way. For exceptional workmanship at reasonable prices, contact Patio Systems, your backyard living specialist. Locally owned and operated since 2001.
This summer, Lewis is your go-to destination for live music. Rocking the Docks brings you the best tunes from soulful sounds to classic vibes. There's something for everyone. Plus, enjoy food trucks and explore our vendor market at every show. Don't miss out on beautiful sunsets and great tunes. And don't forget to bring the whole family. Kids 12 and under are free. Rocking the Docks. your summer soundtrack. Tickets on sale now at rockingthedocslewis.com.
Now on CoastTV News.
The warmest day of the week is expected today, and then a cold front to our west could bring some showers and storms overnight, but mainly dry. A great weekend weather-wise, looking great for Father's Day. Your forecast details coming up.
Offshore wind continues to be the talk of many towns, the latest on proposals and why not everyone is on board. In an unexpected move, former President Donald Trump endorsing former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan in his run for Senate. We're telling you Hogan's response.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It's 6:30 a.m. Thank you all so much for joining us as we continue this morning. I'm Paige Marley. Bringing back First Alert meteorologist Bob Tri, who's been tracking sunshine, heat, and of course your golfing forecast. So all things looking good, Bob.
All things looking good for those outdoor activities. It's important today, Paige, to have the water, maybe a big jug of ice water, and lots of sunscreen as well. Well, not a lot of sunscreen, but the SPF 30 plus. You'll need that. 60s and 70s out the door this morning. It's a mild and muggy start, and we do have a bit of a breeze out of the southwest, bringing in some of that humidity, and we've got some clouds as well moving through, just kind of a broken overcast across parts of Delmarva, but these will move out and we'll get into some sunshine as we go through time with high pressure. There is a front back to the west, and that could bring a chance of some storms tonight, but Futurecast has rapidly rising through the 80s. In fact, by noon, away from the coast, upper 80s along the coast, we've got the 70s, and with the sea breeze, I think you'll stay in the 70s from Ocean City to Dewey Beach, but well into the 80s this afternoon and this evening, a slow cool down. Here is your checklist for today. Don't need the umbrella for the day, but maybe tonight with some showers and storms, but dress for summer, stay hydrated with water. Cold beverage, non-alcoholic is preferred. Sunscreen, that's a must, 30 plus, and sunglasses. You'll need those too because we'll see a lot of the sun.
All right, Bob, thank you. There are continued talks about U.S. Wind's Maryland offshore wind project off Ocean City. U.S. Wind says this project would be located 10 miles off the coast of Worcester County. The U.S. Wind submitted an air quality permit application to Maryland Department of the Environment, Air and Radiation Administration. Now, CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber spoke with people in the area who are both for and against this project.
Offshore wind developer U.S. Wind has been working to bring wind farms like these to the coast. But Ocean City local Pat Murphy is not in favor.
I worry about the sea life. I know it can save energy, but I'd rather save the sea life. And the view. It ruins the view. We have beautiful views out there, and that just takes away from it.
U.S. Wind submitted an air quality permit application to the Maryland Department of the Environment, Air and Radiation Administration back in November 2023 for the Maryland offshore wind project. According to the state of Maryland, anything that has the potential to significantly affect air quality must obtain a permit to operate. The state says the Department of Environment may impose terms and conditions on the permit to protect public health. Another Ocean City local, Christine Scheffler, is for the project.
I don't have a problem with that. It's better than fossil fuel. It's just a few blades. You can still see out into the ocean. They're not a problem, you know. Not for me.
According to U.S. Wind, the project would have 121 wind turbines, 4 substations, and located 10 miles off the coast of Worcester County.
Elisa Weber, CoastTV News.
Now, a meeting is focused on U.S. Wind's air quality permit application as well as the review process. The purpose of the meeting is aimed to give people the chance to ask the developer and the Maryland Department of Environment any questions they may have. DNREC also wants to keep the public and sharing their opinions on this proposed project. On July 9th, DNREC will be holding a virtual public hearing regarding the wind farm to be located off the coast. The wind farm's power transmission cables are proposed to land at Delaware Seashore State Park's 3 R's Beach and then connect with a substation to be built near the Indian River Power Plant. Along with the virtual hearing, written comments will be accepted to DNREC until September 9th. Happening today, it's the last day to submit comments on improvements being considered as part of the North Bethany Bicycle and Pedestrian Corridor Study. They are proposing to reduce the speed limit along Route 1 between Dewey Beach and Bethany Beach. A public survey is open now on DelDOT's website for you to share your ideas on traffic recommendations and any alternatives in the area to better improve conditions for bikers and pedestrians. Don't forget that survey open until today. Also today, South Bethany seeking 1 volunteer for their planning commission. The position's for 2 years and it helps with town planning. The planning committee meets as needed and the members may join studies and then report findings. The council will choose someone today. In Lewis, the city has scheduled a public hearing for some proposed tax changes. Next month, you can share your thoughts on the proposed ordinance for the city to include a 3% lodging tax. There will also be a hearing on proposed changes to change the gross receipts rental rate tax. That'll go from 5% to 6% for short-term rentals. The city will also be discussing when this could possibly go into effect if it's approved. This hearing takes place July 1st at 5:30. Now in a big step to control rising health care costs, Governor Carney signed a bill passed by Delaware lawmakers. We're talking House Bill 350. It sets up a board to review hospital budgets and control spending. Beginning in 2025, hospitals must submit their budgets, and they might need to make some changes if costs are too high. The bill also includes temporary limits on charges and some exemptions. The board will be referred as the Diamond State Hospital Review Board. After meeting with Republicans in Washington, D.C. Thursday, former President Donald Trump did something unexpected. He endorsed former Maryland governor and current Senate candidate Larry Hogan. The reason it's unexpected is because Hogan's been a critic of the former president in the past, saying he wouldn't vote for him. The Hogan camp in no hurry to respond to the kind endorsement, but from a campaign spokesperson, Mike Rickey, said, quote, Governor Hogan has been clear he is not supporting President Trump, just as he didn't in 2016 and 2020, end quote. We still have more news to get to in our final half hour. Don't go anywhere. Still ahead, it's Fleet Week in Baltimore making a return. We're telling you the current vessel on display right now. And the Nationals seek to keep up their winning streak. We're showing you their time against the Tigers. And dredging duties discussed for the Indian River. What DNREC says it plans to begin the project in Millsboro. Stick with us on Coast TV News today.
Kickstart your summer with Gateway Subaru, where they have more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Get ready for adventure with a 2024 Subaru Outback or Subaru Forester with financing as low as 0.9%. Need more space? Go big with the 2024 Subaru Ascent with financing as low as 2.9%. Electrify your journey in a new 2024 Subaru Solterra with financing as low as 0%. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Your surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Gamey Elliott in Salisbury today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Seeing clients lead healthier, more fulfilling lives is incredibly rewarding.
Transform lives with the power of mental wellness. The goal at Life's Energy Wellness Center is to make an impact on individuals' lives by fostering positive change in a calming and insightful environment. Now hiring behavioral health professionals and administrative support staff with great benefits and flexible scheduling.
Your impact matters.
Join our team and apply today, because together we can create a community of support and resilience.
Look around, Delmarva. Have you noticed what everyone has been upgrading their homes with? That's right, our aluminum shingles. Whether on the farm or on the water, our metal shingles are made to withstand the dynamic weather patterns here on the shore. Our aluminum shingles have been tested for winds up to 200 miles per hour, can save you up to 40% on energy bills, and we guarantee them for life. Find out why hundreds of homeowners on Delmarva are making the switch. Call Delmarva Metal Roofing today.
Just about 6:39 on this beautiful Friday morning. On the muggy side, tunnel and razor cam. Yeah, look at the sailboats. They're probably going to get a workout today. We've got some wind and beautiful conditions. Out the door, 60s and low 70s right now. A beautiful Friday morning. It's muggy, and we've got a southwest breeze as well, bringing in that humidity and some, well, partly cloudy skies. A few clouds rolling through. Nothing in the way of precipitation with these clouds as we have high pressure in place. A lot of sinking air with this high, and that means, well, a pretty hot day ahead. And it's going to be a hot day on the golf course. Those greens probably pretty fast. We're looking at 90 degrees, mostly sunny, hot and humid conditions. Make sure you have a lot of water with you. Coast TV First Alert weather phone is available. Call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by Baird, Mandaus, Brockstead, and Federico.
Thank you, Bob. We're heading to Millsboro now. DNREC released an update on the Indian River dredging project. According to the town, DNREC will resume dredging the Indian River in early July. The project began last fall with preparations of the wetland restoration site that'll receive the dredged sediment. When the work starts, boaters should use extreme caution, not only to protect their own safety, but also the safety of dredge crews. Also, DNREC says boaters should expect some delays when they're traveling in that project area. Now from above, we're going to show you another place, Wagaman's Pond is in Milton. DNREC treating the pond there this month for the invasive aquatic weed hydrilla. If left unchecked, that weed will clog ponds and waterways, making fishing and boating very difficult. You can see the weed right there on your screen now. DNREC says an approved herbicide will be used, which is safe for wildlife, and it doesn't affect any fishing or eating fish from treated waters. The only restriction during the treatment is not using pond water for irrigation for 30 days after treatment. Along with Wagaman's Pond, Concord Pond and Seaford will also be treated.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. National is trying to continue their 5-game winning streak and taking on the Detroit Tigers. 6th inning, tied at 1. Lane Thomas at the plate, and Casey Mize strikes him out looking. Thomas disagrees with the call, though, and gets a quick trip to the showers by umpire Emil Jimenez. Thomas says something after the pitch and is immediately ejected by Jimenez. He can't believe it. First career ejection for Thomas. Moving on to the bottom of the 6th. It's still tied at 1. Justin Henry Malloy crushes a no-doubter into left field for the home run, his 2nd of the year. Tigers up 2-1. 7th inning, Detroit ahead 4-2. Riley Green lines one right back where it came from. 1 run scores, Tigers up 5-2. Later in the 7th, same score, Malloy back at the dish. Smokes a line drive down the line to bring in another pair. Tigers win 7-2 and end the Nat streak. And the Shorebirds made it back-to-back wins over the Kannapolis Cannonballers with a 6-0 victory. Jacob Cravey, Trey Gibson, and Jared Beck combined for the shutout on the mound for Delmarva. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
Some movie news now. This one's going to give us all kinds of emotions. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
Look, we all have a job to do. I plan for the future.
Inside Out 2 could be 2024's #1 so far. Box office trackers say the animated sequel, opening in North America this weekend, could debut with $80 to $90 million in ticket sales. Anything over $82.5 million would surpass Dune Part 2 as the year's top domestic debut. It's already opened #1 in 8 international markets, including Germany and Korea.
I got a once-in-a-lifetime score. You the Marine?
Yeah.
You the ex-con?
Yeah, I did time, but you only got to cast aspersions at me, guy.
Ocean's 11 alums Matt Damon and Casey Affleck try for one more score in The Instigators. The Boston boys return to the hub in the official trailer for the comic crime flick, which also features Damon's downsizing co-star Hong Chow, along with Alfred Molina, Paul Walter Hauser, and Ving Rhames. The Instigators from Damon's Bourne Identity director Doug Liman debuts on Apple TV Plus August 9th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Don't forget something to look forward to today. The Berlin Bathtub Races are happening tonight. The races have locals and businesses all competing using their own designed racing bathtubs. Coast Life will have the live pre-show at 4 o'clock on the Delmarva Sports Network, and then watch those races live at 6, also on the Delmarva Sports Network, on TV or on the DSN app.
And it looks like the weather will cooperate for the bathtub races. I'll have that detailed forecast coming up. We're seeing a few clouds with the sunshine this morning in Seaford. A good-looking day. It's going to be a hot and muggy one as well. And then some showers tonight. A beautiful weekend on the way. Great for Dad on Father's Day. I'll have the forecast details in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Coast TV First Alert Weather. Your safety, our commitment.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the in our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Summer means Beat the Peak season for Delaware Electric Cooperative members. Our co-op issues Beat the Peak alerts when the cost of energy is highest. During peak alerts, we ask members to voluntarily conserve energy, lowering our overall cost for power. Download our Beat the Peak app to receive alerts when it's time to save. If you own a programmable thermostat or electric vehicle, you could also receive billing credits when you conserve. DEC's rates are the lowest in the region. Beat the Peak and help us keep energy costs affordable.
Wow, it's so much bigger than you realize. East Coast Tile and Flooring has the largest selection of tile from around the world. And they are the only Dow Tile Premier showroom on the shore. They have the knowledge and expertise to assist architects, designers, and homeowners, and are fully licensed to take on any job from start to finish. Family owned and operated since 1947. Call East Coast Tile and Flooring today for a design consultation.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
877-CALL-FIR, FHFIR.com.
Got a plumbing problem that can't wait? Then why would you? At FH Fur, we know how frustrating it is to be stuck waiting for help, which is why we offer same-day service guaranteed. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a clogged drain, a broken pipe, you name it, the expert plumbers at FH Fur are standing by and ready to get you out of hot water, or maybe into some hot water if that's your issue. Same-day service guaranteed, regardless of your plumbing predicament.
877-CALL-FIR, FHFIR.com.
6:46 on this Friday morning. We are going to take a live look now at Rehoboth Beach, and sun is already up there, Bob. Maybe a little haze out there in the sky. What's in the ocean? Is that a part of the...
I think that's part of the jetty
or
yeah, whatever is protruding out into the ocean.
I was hoping it would be an animal, but never mind.
Yeah. Maybe it's the Loch Ness Monster.
That's what it is. Yep.
No, I doubt it. Or Jaws.
No, please no.
No sharks. We don't have that. No, it's not moving, so I think it's just part of the dock. Berlin bathtub races today, Paige. You're heading down there, and Coast Life is heading down there later on, and looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to a beautiful forecast for the Berlin bathtub races. The parade's at 6, and then the races are at 6:15. So if you're headed down there mid-afternoon, it's going to be hot. Lots of sunshine, right around 90 degrees. At least there's a breeze blowing some of that hot air around. Then by the time we have the parade and races, upper 80s. So dress appropriately and make sure you have a lot of water. And it's staying dry through about 8 o'clock, and then after that, I think that's when we could see some storms building in with the cold front. Here's our 5-day temperature trend: 90 degrees today, back to 84 on Saturday. It's going to be a little cooler and drier on Father's Day. Yeah, it's going to be an award winner, 82 for Dad, and then back to 87 Monday and 90 on Tuesday. Temperatures out the door are in the 60s and low 70s, and there's a lot of muggy weather to go with those mild temperatures, and we've got a southwest breeze that'll be with us all day. We've got a few clouds rolling in, nothing that's all that significant. We're not seeing anything in the way of rain, but we'll be seeing these clouds moving through, otherwise mostly sunny. We've got high pressure at the surface and aloft, so it's going to be very hot. There's a front back to the north and west. That'll be moving in tonight. There's also tropical moisture from Florida off the Carolina coast. Florida's been getting soaked with a lot of rain, but it looks like this whole system will be moving out to sea and missing us. We could use the rain. We're not going to see much. Here's Futurecast: mid-morning 90s and then 80s, mid to upper 80s, and then low 90s by this afternoon, 70s at the beaches, and a very warm evening. And then late tonight into early Saturday, that's when we're watching that front coming through with showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. But then it quickly clears out, and we're looking at a beautiful Saturday, a cooler start, and then by the afternoon, low humidity, temperatures into the low to mid 80s. We're looking great right through Saturday night into Sunday morning, maybe some upper 50s showing up. And then for Father's Day, looking really good with highs in the 70s and low 80s. So it feels like temperature today, low 90s, but then it backs off into Saturday and Sunday, feeling like low to mid 80s. And it's muggy today, but we do drop into the comfortable range over the weekend, and then back into the muggy weather next week. And your Paul Davis 7-day forecast shows the heat, 90 today. We get a little break over the weekend with the 80s, and then 87 Monday, then consistently 90 degrees degrees Tuesday through Thursday of next week with sunshine.
Milton certainly has been growing. DE Storage looking to build a self-storage facility on a plot of land on Broadkill Road. This will be next door to the Food Lion and right where that McDonald's will be. You can see that location there on your screen. The developer is looking to allow outdoor storage on a temporary basis. Planning and Zoning will hear the proposal next Tuesday. Fleet Week returns to Baltimore for the first time since 2022. On Wednesday, Maryland Governor Wes Moore joined city and state officials to welcome the roughly 1,000 sailors and Marines to Baltimore for the event. The fleet, the flights, and the festivals all set to celebrate and honor the dedication of service members at sea and in the air by allowing the public to board historic vessels, watch flyovers, and learn. One ship on display this week, very cool here, a Coast Guard vessel, which is the last remaining warship from the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941. Take a look at that. Absolutely incredible there. We do have some programming changes now we have to let you know about. They're happening today. Don't forget, we are Delmarva's home for the U.S. Open. That begins today at 1. At 7, tune into Jeopardy at 7:30. It'll be NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Time is now 6:50. We're going to check in with our Coastal Pet of the Day. Today's Coastal Pet of the Day coming to us from the Brandywine Valley SPCA. It's Leor. Leor is the 6-year-old brown beauty. If you want to meet him or any other adoptable pets, visit the Brandywine Valley SPCA. And don't forget their summer mega adoption event is this weekend, 15th and 16th from 10 to 5. The organization says adoption fees are only $35, and pets just like Leor will be there looking for their forever home. And don't forget, we always love seeing your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them special. Scan that QR code, and of course, always watch weekdays from 5 to 7 to see all the adorable pets we feature.
We're seeing a mix of sun and clouds in Seaford right now. It's mild and muggy out there. It's going to be a hot day. Maybe a little bit of rain tonight. We really need a lot of rain. Not going to see a lot. And a great weekend coming up, and then sustained heat next week. Yeah, we're looking at summer arriving officially. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Scrambler, Ferris wheel, oyster sandwiches. The Hebron Fireman's Carnival is here. Bingo is ready to go and funnel cakes are ready to eat. Stop by for a family tradition of fun with rides, food, and games. Plus, this year the fire department is raffling off a Candy electric golf cart with trailer. Hebron Fireman's Carnival. Kitchen opens at 6:30, rides at 7:15. Go to HebronVFD.com for dates and times. Hebron Fireman's Carnival, located on Main Street next to the firehouse in Hebron.
Friday, June 14th. Hold on tight. The 34th annual bathtub races are making a splash on DSN. Sponsored by Matt the Carpet Guy. Tune into Coast Life for a live pre-show at 4 on DSN. Then watch the bathtub races from 6 till 8 on TV or the DSN app. Join us for this local tradition, the Berlin Chamber of Commerce Bathtub Races. Friday, June 14th, live. Coverage begins at 4 on DSN, followed by the races from 6 to 8 on the Delmarva Sports Network and the DSN app.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Whether it's your first time betting or you've been gambling for years, have a plan and know the game. Be aware of the rules and odds before you gamble. Set a budget and never gamble with money you can't afford to lose. Take a break and consider teaming up with trusted friends to help you stick to your budget. Remember, if you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER 24/7 or go to helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services.
Hey everyone, Sam here from Coastal Home Roofing and Siding. I'm really bad at commercials, but we're really good at this. Coastal Home Roofing and Siding is your source for expert exterior remodeling. From siding and windows to decks, porches, and more, with free estimates, no money down, and lifetime warranties available. As a licensed insurance agent, I can help with your claims and do quality work to stand the test of time. For all your exterior needs, call Coastal Home Roofing and Siding. I gotta go. Cut.
.654 now. It's time for some things you need to know before you go. This week, 2 men are in court for the murder of a Laurel teen. You may remember it was back in April of 2023. 18-year-old Corey Mumford, a Laurel teenager and standout basketball star, was murdered. Now 28-year-old Jaleel Henry, 29-year-old and Don Regis Holland are in court. The third person associated with the crime, 22-year-old Shaheem Latham Purnell, will be tried separately. Thursday marked the fourth day of that proceeding. The trial is expected to last for 3 weeks. People driving throughout Milton are adjusting to the new all-way stop at the intersection of Harbison Road, Shingle Point Road, and Chestnut Street. Some drivers are aware of it, others, they forgot. They're blowing right through it. The stop signs were installed by DelDOT to improve the safety and traffic flow of the busy intersection. DelDOT says since 2020, there have actually been 9 accidents right there at that intersection. After meeting with Republicans in D.C. Thursday, former President Trump did something unexpected. He endorsed former Maryland governor and current Senate candidate Larry Hogan. The reason it's unexpected is because Hogan's been a critic of former president in the past, saying he would not vote for Trump. The same court that overturned Roe v. Wade 2 years ago decided not to restrict access to abortion pills. The Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit challenging the FDA's approach to regulating mifepristone. The ruling allows the pill to continue to be mailed to patients without an in-person doctor's visit. All right, some maybe good news, depending on who you are now, to those who enjoy alcoholic spirits, in particular bourbon. Today's your day. It's National Bourbon Day. How about that? Whiskeys can be produced all over the world, but bourbon whiskey is unique to the United States. There are other rules that make bourbon bourbon, to name just a few. It must be made with at least 51% corn and aged in new charred oak barrels. Bourbon can be produced anywhere in the U.S. However, about 95% of it is made in Kentucky. It is 6:56 now. We're going to bring back in Bob. Bob, you like bourbon?
No, I don't drink much of that.
Okay.
No,
it's not your day.
What's that?
Today's not your day then.
No, but we've got Flag Day.
Oh, yeah.
And National Bourbon Day, so you can have Old Glory out on the wind today, displaying the stars and stripes, and then maybe have a glass of bourbon.
Perfect. The great weather for it, too.
Great weather, yeah. But I prefer that, folks stay hydrated with water, Paige. That's what you want to do with the hot weather. Alcohol tends to dehydrate you. Day part forecast for today. A few clouds this morning, and then it's hazy, hot, and humid. Temperatures quickly rising through the 70s into the 80s. Upper 80s later on in interior areas of Delmarva, right around 90. Along the coast, that's where you'll find the relief. Temperatures around, we'll say in the 70s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We do have some storms coming in tonight with a cold front. We need the rain. Let's hope we get some soaking rain, but I don't think it's a lot. And then the weekend's drier. 84 Saturday. Father's Day, beautiful 82. 87 Monday, but look, not a rain icon to be had next week. And it gets hot. 90 on Tuesday right through Thursday. Even hotter Friday and to Saturday. Looks like another nice weekend into next weekend, Paige, but tell you what, it's going to be pretty dry, so some of those water bills might be a little higher in the days to come.
Yikes. All right. Thank you so much, Bob. And thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News today. Today's show's at 7, and then we'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11, so stick with us. And for more news and coverage you can count on, you can always download the Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a fantastic Friday, everyone.